Broadcasting to you from the heart of northern Minnesota, this is the best music-oriented podcast and web series on all of YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Roger Radio, and this is the Roger Radio Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I drag up my co-host into this call so that we can discuss today's topic, I obviously wanted to make a quick update or whatever to just respond to all the love and support that you all have given me over this week. Obviously, this has been probably the most challenging week that I've ever had in my entire life, considering that I really fucked up bad. So bad that my radio career effectively ended. And I just want to say to everyone who has reached out to me and who has continued to support me, thank you all so much for the love and all the support you've been giving me. It's not easy going from somebody who was Volunteer of the Year in 2024 and being one of the most popular radio DJs, and in my opinion, the greatest radio DJ of all time, to somebody who got exiled because he decided to be a rock and roller like me. I know that a lot of you have also been asking, like, what's the next step right now? Pretty much the next step is simply this. I'm taking it one day at a time. And obviously, you know, like, I kind of have been looking at some stuff, working on a couple things here and there. And I'll announce them when the time is right, because, you know, the old saying goes, oh, so it's something you gotta do, you know. I think for this quote and whatnot, for what I have planned, and even though my radio career is over at this point, there is an old saying that Freddie Mercury said in his one of his last songs that he made with Queen, and that's simply, the show must go on. And while I'm very hesitant to see what the future will look like, I am optimistic about how it'll look. So I hope that a lot of you can stick around, stay by me, and see how things go, you know. I really do. Alrighty, now that that's all ready, I am going to call in my boy Aegis. While I'm waiting for him, I might as well give myself a glass of coffee here. There he is. What's going on, dude?
What up? I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Same old as always. I'm still hanging in there, man. You got anything that you want to say about everything that happened to me this week?
Feel bad for you, but there's a good well, in a year, me and G Money are going to be moving to Minneapolis. There is a good chance that Roger may join us too. It's not positive yet, but there are going to be more opportunities down there and more space for us to grow.
Yeah, especially with the network that we are trying to establish here, you know, so.
Yep, so you losing your radio gig might have been a blessing in disguise.
That's,
you know what I mean?
That's, you know, that's the thing, is like, that's what everyone has been telling me in the private messages that I've been getting, is like, this could be a blessing in disguise. Even Jesse at our work, when I had to talk to him, he even said, like, Roger, this might have opened more opportunities for you, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, for now, ladies and gentlemen, Freddie Mercury said it best, the show must go on.
Yep.
Even that's even the name of one of the songs from Pink Floyd's The Wall, but that's a whole other story we'll get into at a later point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so before we get started with today's topic, today's question of the podcast is, who is your favorite guitarist of all time? whether
For me
alive or
is
dead.
mine is obviously Frank Zappa.
He was a multi-instrumentalist, isn't he?
Primarily a guitarist, but he played other instruments.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of choices for me. Obviously, Angus Young is one of them. He's the guitarist for AC/DC. There's David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, especially with a lot of the guitar solos he did in Pink Floyd's later work. There's Tom Morello, the lead guitarist, or the only guitarist really for Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave. And I honestly can't think of any offhand, so. Alrighty, so today, this is obviously a topic that's pretty much a week old and whatnot, and I wanted to try and get to this as quick as I could. And, obviously, this is something that's probably one of the most not really publicized award shows out there, and that is the 2025 Americana Music Honors and Awards that are an event for the Americana Music Association. It is one of those events that's done or is like supported by National Public Radio, NPR. And I figured, like, give these guys an opportunity to take a look, like, obviously, like, obviously, Aegis, you don't know a whole lot about this genre, and I know it as pretty
I
well.
don't.
And obviously, this is one of them award shows that should be get more exposure, in my opinion, because like all the other music award shows that we have reacted to in the past, the Grammys, the American Music Awards, or AMAs, and the MTV VMAs. And then there's like how many other ones we're already going to be looking at that are probably way down the fucking road or something.
See, I would much rather do five more of these than I would another fucking Grammys, AMAs, or VMAs.
Well, I'll tell you this about this award show. At least Brat's not in it.
Yeah. No,
Or
like
that fuck. What?
all the live performances I actually really liked. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie, they were pretty good.
Yeah. They were really good. The one thing that I really liked about all these performances here for the Americana Awards is they were not as very show offish is how I would pronounce it, or whatever the
They
term
weren't as
is.
flashy.
Yeah, they weren't as flashy. They were just very stripped down or layered down, It was just like some of the performances that I would see going on at Rapids Brewing, for example, or at Riverfest, for another example. And then there's a couple occasions at the Eagles Club. And then there was like one or two of them that we went to at Clockout, and they were very, very laid back stuff, unlike what we saw at the VMAs. That's what I liked about the Americana Awards. The one last week for the VMAs, we had LL Cool J, of all people, hosting them. This the award ceremony was hosted by none other than John C. Reilly.
Yeah, so I started watching it and I saw his face. I was like, "Is that John C?" I paused it. I was like, "Is that John C. Riley?"
The same
And then
guy.
I unpaused it and immediately it said John C. Riley on the fucking screen.
Yeah, the same guy who was not only in Talladega Nights, which is one of my favorite comedy movies, he was also in the likes of Step Brothers, and then he did a Sherlock Holmes movie with Will Ferrell.
He was
And
also in this horror movie I kind of like called Dark Water, I think it's called.
I've heard of it. He also is in one of the fucking music related movies that I want to do a review of on this channel, and that is the story of Dewey Cox, who was a country artist. But yeah, John C. Reilly, dude, he still kept up that fucking comedic style, man, when he was doing a lot of his promos or, his talks.
And he actually sang in a couple performances on that, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, obviously, like he almost, I think he tried to bring his inner Dewey Cox out or whatever.
Hmm.
Alrighty, so we're gonna get into all these performances here, ladies and gentlemen. The first one to start us off with was S.G. Goodman, who, to luck would have it, was one of the headliners at the 2024 Riverfest.
Okay.
She she was one of the main headliners that I was able to get a picture with, and I asked her, "What do you think of Northern Minnesota?" And she said, "There's like some romanticizing thing to it up here, you know." And a lot of these musicians who are like big time, like she is, they don't come to areas like what we're in, and they say, you know, it's really beautiful once you take a look at it. She did a tribute to Neil Young's album Zuma by playing Don't Cry No Tears, and I really liked that performance.
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance too.
Yep.
Wasn't my favorite, but I'll tell you my favorite when we get there.
Okay, yeah. I think probably as soon as I say the song and the musician, you'll be like, that's my favorite! That's my favorite! The next one was Medium Build's song Drug Dealer, and that was another good one too. I
Yep.
didn't really have to take a whole lot of notes down on a lot of these performances because, you know, they felt the same way, but they weren't the same thing, is how
Yeah.
I would pronounce it. They weren't trying to like fucking do whatever for the best live performance or the best outfits or costumes like the MTV VMAs did.
All right. And then they had the third performance. I didn't write down who it was.
It's Nolene Hoffman and Purple Gas. I've played her a few times on my one of my old radio shows.
All right. Yeah, that one, I don't know, it wasn't bad, but a bit weaker compared to the others so far, you know?
Yeah, yepper, that's for sure. The next one was No One Gets Out Alive by Maggie Rose, and I would say that was probably one of my other favorite performances. I loved the outfit she wore. She
I,
almost reminded me of that
mhm.
one I can't remember that one gal at the MTV VMAs who I said looked like Dolly Parton and whoever else combined. You're blurry. Either I'm taking too much
Yeah.
acid or whatever.
Hmm.
Or it looks like I'm getting drowsy too. It's like I got my coffee here, people.
There we go. All right. Yeah, for that one, I wrote that it was my favorite one so far.
Okay, yeah.
Not my favorite one, just my favorite one so far.
Yeah. I got you, man. Then next up, we got the McCrary sisters. What good am I? I like that was another good one too. I wasn't as fully into it like the other ones, but I thought it was okay.
I thought the vocals were really good. I thought
Yeah,
the vocals were really good, but otherwise it was a little bit underwhelming.
yeah,
The
without a
vocals,
doubt.
though,
Like
as
even
I
then,
said, were very good.
yeah. And remember, dude, when it comes to like a lot of these black female singers, dude, they are really good. Like that's the one thing that
Oh
people
yeah.
keep underestimating is that they have really good voices. Says, and that's the
So,
one thing that upsets me.
yeah, you know what I say? I like my women like I like my coffee. I fucking hate coffee.
God damn it, dude.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember, I do not condone racism, all right? Remember, this is a guy whose ID photo almost looks like Charles Manson's mugshot, so. Okay, so the next one is Maggie Antone and Johnny Moonshine, and I didn't like it.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked it a lot, actually.
I couldn't get into it. I didn't like the beat of it because it almost fucking reminded me of one of the most annoying overplayed songs ever, Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger. Fuck, fuck. And it's because of that stupid underpants dancing meme that they kept doing and all them fucking shows and movies, and not to mention on South Park. They even had fucking Bobby from King of the Hill do that clip too.
Right, on to the seventh performance.
Jesse Wells's War Isn't Murder.
I really liked the lyrics.
No, does that feel like that could give you some inspiration for your vocals?
Not really, I just like the lyrics.
I
Vocals were
don't
good too.
I don't know, man. Like it almost like with how the title is, it almost feels like it could give you inspiration to like make like some more anti-war stuff or whatever, or like what Emerson, Lake and Palmer did
Yeah,
with
I see.
Tarkus.
Excuse me.
That's all I'm hearing is ah. And it looks like you're doing a fucking open mouth smile like you're being sus.
All right. And then what is the next one? What is the eighth performance?
That was Time Bomb by Old 97s, and Old 97s I know pretty well because I played them a bunch of times.
That was my favorite performance in the whole show was the old 97s.
Yeah, and this was right after they got one of their honorable awards, which we'll get into later. So
Yep.
I think my most favorite one is right after that, and I liked Time Bomb too. Oh, but that does not compare, in my opinion, to the next performance, which was Ancient Light by I'm With Her.
That one was pretty good, but once again, I still liked the old 97s performance more.
Yeah. Well, here's the
It
thing.
was just more my style.
Yeah, I'm With Her is a folk super group that consists of Sarah Watkins, Sarah Jarosz, and Iafi O'Donovan. And Sarah Jarosz was another headliner from Riverfest who I got an opportunity to get a picture with. She was my most favorite one, I think, out of all the headliners overall. And I think when they were about to perform, it was S.G. Goodman who introduced them. And it's so funny because they were in the same Riverfest together. Like how it went was that it was Corey Medina was the one who started them off. Then it was S.G. Goodman, then Sarah Jarosz, and then so on and
Nice.
so on.
So next, we had John C. Riley, and he did a Tom Waits song, which I
Yeah,
love. If you know
yeah,
me, you
dude.
know
I
I
was gonna
love
say,
Tom
what was that
Waits.
supposed to be like a Tom Waits song, or what was that?
Yeah, yeah, it was a cover of a Tom Waits song from like his earlier jazzy days. And I think he did it justice. I think John C. Riley did a really good job on that one. I
Yeah,
absolutely loved that performance.
dude, like that was perfect, man. Like
Oh yeah.
I don't know if John C. Riley was like one of those actors who did what Jack Black did and pursued like a music career or whatnot, but would have been perfect. Okay, I was lagging for a bit, but I'm good.
Yeah.
The
All right,
next,
then what
the
was next?
JD McPherson and Sunshine Getaway, I didn't like it either.
That was pretty good. I liked it.
Like I said, it reminded me of the fucking old time rock and roll and fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. No, next up was Daryl Scott and You'll Never Leave Harlan Alive. I thought it said You'll Never Leave Harlem Alone or
Hmm.
whatever. But I thought that was a good one too. Like he was one of the other people who got one of them honorable awards, which we'll get into soon.
Yeah, I thought
But
that performance was actually pretty great. I liked it a lot.
yeah. And remember, he's been in this Americana scene for a very long time too. And he's still
Hmm.
going strong. He still looks pretty good even for his age. He's got to be like what, nearly like in his mid 60s now by now. I think if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Yep. Next
All
up
right, so
was a threesome here. pun intended, because it was two males
Mm.
and one female, but it was Center of Me by Nathaniel Rateliff, David Rawlings, and Gillian Welch, all of whom I played on my radio shows. It was David Rawlings and Gillian Welch was is probably my favorite duo for like, when you get like, just like two vocal musicians and all that. Probably way better than fucking Bruno Mars partnering up with whoever. You ever become a musician, dude? Don't you ever fucking dare partner with him.
I won't. I find his voice very annoying.
Right? Dude, every time like when they play it on the PA speakers, dude, every time I would hear it, I was like, okay, I'm grabbing my other earbud. And I would just put on like, my it looks like a winter hat, but it's like for the back room there. I would just put it on and I would just make our bosses assume, oh, he's just getting out of the back room. It's fine. But little did they know I have both my ears covered, even though you're not supposed to do that at work.
No, I really liked the guitar on that track. I thought the guitar was really good.
Yeah. I can't remember which one of them it was. I think it was David Rawlings, I believe, that did the guitar. Or do you remember who?
Don't remember.
Oh, okay. All right, the next one was Time Spent in Los Angeles by Dawes, and I thought it was okay too.
I don't know, that one wasn't for me. I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Yeah. The next one I was not a big fan of I'd Miss the Birds by Joy Oladokin. The screaming became so too much for me. I was literally skipping ahead to see when her performance would be done. Like, fuck it. Like, either just end the song or just fucking kill me, please.
I thought the performance was actually pretty powerful. I thought she had very powerful vocals, and I liked it.
Dude, there's one. Dude, it's the difference between our ears. Like, our ears say, like,
Hmm.
you either like this or you don't like it, all right? And I know what I don't like. Like, I swear to God, dude, you take that performance, and I think where all the high pitches, I'll probably just ear rape the fuck out of it just for the memes. I will
And then we
say
had,
this. I will say this about her, dude. Some reason she almost. It feels like she has a little bit of Tracy Chapman in her, though.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Next we
that I
had,
will give you is that she almost reminded me a bit of Tracy Chapman.
next we had Joe Henry.
Keep us in
I didn't,
song.
yeah, I really liked the chord progression he used. I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah,
And also, I really liked that sax. That sax solo was fucking supreme. It was fucking great. I
yeah, yeah.
loved the
It's the one.
sax
It's the
solo and I loved the chord progression.
Yeah. That's the one thing I never understood is how does it work for like getting like a saxophone or whatever into Americana music? You know,
Well, why can you put an electric guitar into Americana music?
fair point. Yeah. There's one guy who I know I would definitely ask, and that would be Jason Isbell. Next up was probably my other favorite performance, John C. Riley and Margot Price performing Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain for a tribute to Willie Nelson's Redheaded Stranger, the same album which we did review a couple months ago. And yeah, Margot Price, dude, like I got opportunity to meet her, dude. She is literally the biggest sweetheart that you will ever meet, dude. Like she is such a nice person, man. She was all smiles the entire time that she was performing there, dude. And yeah, I even asked her because she's on the board of directors for Farm Aid, which is supposed to be going on this weekend. And I asked her, what's Willie Nelson like? And she's like, when you get a chance to know him, he's one of the nicest guys ever. And he could be very quirky and funny
Okay.
when he wants to be.
Yeah, I thought that was a good performance as well. I thought they had good harmonies.
Yeah. Dude, John C. Riley, dude, he's fucking killing it. He might as well just quit acting and
Yeah.
become a Americana musician in his own right, man. Next up was Howdy Howdy by David Rawlings and Gillian Welch. I thought it was okay.
I didn't really like it. It wasn't for me. It wasn't
Yeah.
bad, just wasn't for me.
Yeah. Remember Gillian Welch, dude? She was one of the singers who was on the soundtrack for the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which is often considered for, in my opinion, one of the greatest soundtracks ever in recent memory. Produced by none other than Mr. T Bone Burnett.
And then we got two more, it looks like.
Yep. Emmylou Harris and Daniel Lanois with May This Be Love. It's a tribute to Harris's Wrecking Ball.
I thought it was very intriguing.
What's that?
I thought it was very intriguing.
I did too. And remember,
As I said, I would rather do five more of these than the fucking Grammys, AMAs, and VMAs again.
Jeez, you're on a fucking roll with all this hating, dude. Hey, like I said, dude, at least it ain't fucking either brat or anxiety.
See, my sister is actually a big fan of Doechii, who did Anxiety, and she doesn't like that song either. Apparently Doechii doesn't even really like that song either. Because what
This is what
happened
happens
was,
when it's the one thing is like there's a lot of musicians out there who do not like their biggest hit songs. Remember, Radiohead for many years refused to play their song "Creep" during their
hmm.
live shows.
Yeah, no, Doechii just made that song Anxiety just like having fun, just having fun, just put it on fucking TikTok or something. But
Yeah,
her fucking not managers, but you know what I mean. They
yeah,
they
I know who you're
basically
talking about.
forced,
Yeah,
yeah, her producers or whatever the fuck, they basically forced her to actually release that song as an actual single. And she really didn't want to, but Doechii did it anyway.
man,
So
what a
honestly, I can't shit on Doechii anymore, but I can definitely shit on that song.
yeah. Well, if you ask me, those guys were a bunch of fucking idiots. Usually it's like the other way around where musicians want want the songs released, but it's the producers who are like, no, don't do that. That was the example with Marvin Gaye when he released the song "What's Going On."
Hmm.
So last but not least, we got the legendary man himself, Mr. Creedence Clearwater Revival, John fucking Fogerty, dude.
And he did three songs.
And those three songs happen to be my favorite CCR songs: "Up Around the Bend," "Looking Out My Back Door," and "Proud Mary."
My favorite one was the second one he played.
Yeah,
And then I thought that was a really good way to close the show, that last one.
yeah.
Where he basically had everyone come in and sing with them. I thought that was a really good way to end the show.
Right, dude. It's a really awesome, dude. Yeah, dude, it's so amazing that John Fogerty, dude, he is still going strong and he's been doing this for nearly 60 years or over 60 years at this point. It's just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, alrighty, so now that we finally got all the performers out of the way, we are gonna get to the winners and nominees for all the categories. There is obviously only 6 categories that we are going to cover, and there are 3 honors that we will be covering as well. So the first topic was Artist of the Year. The winner was Sierra Farrell, and the nominees were Charlie Crockett, Joy Oladokun, Billy Strings, and Waxahachie. I will say, this is just me. Sierra Farrell deserved it. I love her music. She has a
Yeah.
great voice. She actually even collabed with one of the headliners that we had in 2024. She collabed with Shaky Graves.
Yeah, I can't really say because I haven't listened to all the artists, but I know.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't her, then if she didn't win that, I'd say the other ones who should have deserved it would have been Charlie Crockett or Billy Strings because I like them too.
Okay.
Next up was Album of the Year. The winner was South of Here by Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. The other nominees were Lonesome Drifter by Charlie Crockett, Foxes in the Snow by Jason Isbell, Manning Fireworks by MJ Lenderman, and Woodland by David Rawlings and Jillian Welch. Now, Rateliff did deserve that, but me personally, and this is just my personal choice, I would have did Foxes in the Snow by Jason Isbell.
I was kind of expecting that because I know you really like Jason Isbell.
Yeah. I mean, dude, even then, that album, that was pretty much a concept album, sort of, talking about his divorce from Amanda Shires.
Okay.
Yep, either that one or Woodland by David Rawlings and Jillian Welch, but I'm kind of leaning towards Foxes in the Snow, so. Next up is Song of the Year, and I'm very happy with this one. I am very, very happy with this one. Ancient Light by I'm With Her. It says all three of the members' names, but it should say I'm With Her on here. Here, Ancient Light, I'm down for. The other nominees were Johnny Moonshine by Maggie Antone, Natalie Hemby, and Aaron Radier. Yep. Wristwatch by MJ Lenderman and Sunshine Getaway by Paige Burkham, JD McPherson, and Jack Torrey, and then Heartless by Nathaniel Rateliff. Like I said, dude, I'm putting all my chips in the middle of the table right now. I'm betting it all. Ancient Light did deserve that, definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I said, dude,
What's next?
oh, emerging act of the year. This would kind of be like newcomers, or actually, I don't know, or emerging act of the year. Yeah. I honestly, I don't think it means newcomers or whatnot because these people have been in it for a while or a long time. I think at least a year or two. I think, but the winner was MJ Lenderman. The nominees were Nolene Hoffman, Medium Build, Maggie Rose, and Jesse Wells. This is a tough one right here. I think I would have said, honestly, it should have been either Maggie Rose or Jesse Wells. You know, so. All
All right. What next?
Duo/group of the year. The winners, I'm not surprised at, David Rawlings and Jillian Welch. The nominees were Jillian Baker and Torres, Dawes, Larkin Poe, and the Mavericks. I was not surprised that David Rawlings and Jillian Welch won that. And I think I am okay with that one, honestly. They didn't win that, I say it would have been, in my opinion, Larkin Poe or the Mavericks I would have chosen.
Okay.
Okay, the final category for the categories is Instrumentalist of the Year. The winner was Alex Hargraves. The nominees were Fred Eltringham, Megan Jane, Caitlin Rates, and Seth Taylor.
I just want to take the time to appreciate the fact that they had the category Instrumentalist of the Year, just to, congratulate the instrumentalists, not just the songwriters and producers.
Yeah, no, do you think they should do that for all the other music award shows?
They really should. They really should.
Yeah. I do believe they should definitely. Maybe they might consider that, but otherwise, if they don't, they're fucking stupid. Stupid. All the award shows that we have reviewed so far, I don't know what type of crackheads or fucking idiots are running those.
Hmm.
No, as I
Another thing
say,
I really,
I say we just overthrow them and we just take care of it ourselves instead.
yeah, yeah. Another thing I really liked about this award show was the actual physical awards weren't just like a little trophy. It was like parts of guitars and shit, and I was like, that's fucking cool. That
Dude,
is
not only
fucking
that,
cool.
but those guitar pieces are like decorated to look very nice. There was like an electric guitar that I saw that looked so beautiful. I think it outdid the you know that acoustic guitar that one gal who looked like Dolly Parton played at the VMAs?
Yeah.
That electric guitar, I can't remember who it was that won that, but that guitar almost reminded me of that acoustic guitar. I'm surprised they didn't even make that acoustic guitar one of the trophies. Otherwise, I would have definitely been like, yeah, I'm in. I'm definitely all in.
All right.
All right, so we are holy shit. We've only been doing this for nearly a half an hour, dude. This is going to be a short episode today.
Yep.
All righty. So, the honors that we have are the Lifetime Achievement Awards. The first one was the Lifetime Achievement Award, the first of which went to Joe Henry, who has been doing this for a while. He's released 15 studio albums and produced multiple recordings for other artists, and even included 3 Grammy Award winning albums. So if you ask me, that it was very well deserved for him. God damn it, bro. It's like you're sending me an SOS signal or whatever. Just give me a moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is just something that I have to look at later. All right, the next person who got the Lifetime Achievement Award was Daryl Scott. He has written several mainstream country hits and as well as established as one of Nashville's premier session instrumentalists. Doing session work for a lot of them country artists. Yes,
Yeah.
and he's been in the game for a very long time too, so that's very well deserved of him as well. Oh, and then the last Lifetime Achievement Award went to your favorite performance, Old 97s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have released 13 studio albums, 2 full extended plays, shared split duty on another, and they have 1 live album. And yeah, that's another deserved work right there, you know. And remember, they know how the Americana life is. They're from Dallas, Texas, son,
Haha.
where all them 60-gallon caps are at, you know. Yours has got to be like, what, a 70-gallon cap?
I know I've never measured it.
All right, the next award honor was the Legacy of Americana Award given to the McCrary sisters. Consists of sisters Anne, Deborah, Regina, and Alfreda. They have released 4 studio albums and 1 live album. And yeah, I do can understand their how they are so matched with their vocals. They are one of them gospel groups, and gospel, for those of you
Yeah.
who don't know, is one of the subcategories in the Americana scene.
Yeah, they were very religious and they talked about God and Jesus Christ, and that honestly kind of touched me because I know I'm Catholic. I like that kind of shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
So
Like
I thought they were pretty cool. I liked them.
yeah, I mean, I myself am Lutheran, but I do like that stuff. That was pretty good that they did that. I can't remember. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, last but not least was the Spirit of Americana and Free Speech Award, which went to Jesse Wells. Yeah, he released his debut album in 2018. He previously performed under the name Jesse Wells and also known as the frontman for bands such as. Let me look one more time. Okay, yeah, but he also was the frontman for the bands such as Dead Indian, formed in 2012, and Cosmic American, formed in 2015, and also is the frontman for the band that's simply titled Wells. I was saying, yeah, even then I could understand that. Even then, I've listened to some of his lyrics and whatnot, and they do feel free speech wise, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was a very quick episode. I honestly didn't think that we would be going that quick, honestly. All right, you got anything that you want to say?
Nope.
All righty. Ladies and
Well, I
gentlemen,
just want to repeat again that this is a very good awards show, and it was much better than the other shit that we've had to fucking endure.
I guarantee you there's going to be a lot more that we're going to endure, and I guarantee you it's going to get more worse. That's the worst part of it. And the
Uh,
worst part is we're going to get used to it.
yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning into this, what I would call a mini podcast. If you want to continue to see what other topics we'll talk about, be sure to subscribe to the Roger Radio Show, hit the like button, comment what you think we should review or react to next, and hit the bell to be notified when we upload here. And also, if you want to see more content from us, be sure to subscribe to the Interrobang group as well. Well, the link to that channel is in the description below. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and as always, until next time, ta-ta for now!
Peace.